What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video we're taking a look at a new metering bundle from Sonible called the Metering Bundle. This is going to consist of two of their new plugins called True Level and True Balance, which I've got True Level here on the left, True Balance on the right, and both of these plugins help you achieve better mixes by checking your balance and checking your levels. Pretty self-explanatory. Looking at True Level, if you look close enough, you will notice that this is pretty much the same level meter that we get in Smart Limit. So they seem to have taken the metering from Smart Limit and broken that out into its own plugin, except for True Level does do more than what the metering does in Smart Limit, and we'll get into that in just a second. All right, so True Level is going to help you keep an eye on your peaks and check your leveling, and True Balance is going to help you check the balance of your mix. I will say initially using these two, I kind of wish they were all in one as one plugin, but I do understand why it is two separate plugins. All right, let's start with True Level. So like not all, but most Sonible plugins, we got a familiar UI, and we can select a drop down between the streaming platform or platform that we're aiming for our release, and then you can select the genre, which I have R&B here. Unlike Smart Limits metering, we have 8 different reference tracks that we can load into here, and True Level can check these peaks against those reference tracks or just the track that you have on it. All right, going down here, so in this bottom left corner, this is where you're going to reset everything. I feel like it's kind of weird to have this down in the bottom left when the rest of the controls for the plugin are up here at the top. But this is where you're going to reset it. And let's just go ahead and reset this for now. And really what you're aiming to do is to get those crosshairs in between here. You want it from left to right and from up and down. You just want to get it in the middle here in this green column in the middle. Interesting, this popped up. Not playing anything yet, and then you hit level check here once you start playing your music, and then you'll get a lot of information here from your LUFs and everything pertaining to that. Looking over at True Balance, initially when you first look at True Balance, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, this looks like total balance from Isotope, and yes, it does look similar, but this does a lot more than what tonal balance does. I'm going to open up tonal balance here just so you can see it. If we click this find view, yeah, we get a similar looking UI here. Really only advantage I see that the tonal balance has over this is that you can solo each band here where you can't on the Sonible. However, you're going to get a lot more information on the Sonible with the, pull this back up, with Isotope, it's just going to show you where your levels are in reference to the curve. On the Sonible, you're going to get your actual metering levels that you can see here. Also, you can adjust these crossover points here. You can't do that on the Isotope. And then you also get this mono check, which is really nice to help check your low end, and that you don't get on the Isotope as well. Also with True Balance, just like True Level, you're able to load up to 8 different reference tracks in here as well. Again, that you can't do with the Isotope. So this definitely does more than what that tonal balance does. All right, I've got a track here from Simone Curry, and using pretty much all Sonible plugins here. We got True Level, we got True Peak. On the master bus here, we also have Smart Comp doing a little bit of compression, Smart EQ doing a little bit of EQ, and Smart Limit as well. And for the reverb, we're also using Smart Reverb. All right, so I'm going to hit play. I'll let this loop a little bit, and while we set these, I'll hit the level check, we'll hit the balance check, and we'll also go down to the mono check and see what we're looking like for what I've got set up on this mix so far.
Couldn't find nobody else, but now I know where I belong. With you, I know where I belong. With you, yeah.
All right, so after you hit the level check, you do want to let it play for a while. This is going to, you don't want to play it for 5 seconds and that's it. Like, let it play so we can hear part of the song, or analyze part of the song, I should say. All right, so what we've got here, looking pretty good. My crosshairs here is in a good space in this green middle column. And peak level seems too high, so it wants me to reduce my peak level. We'll deal with that in a second. Let's move over to true balance and see what we got going on there.
Couldn't find nobody else, but now I know where I belong. With you, I know where I belong. With you, you. Yeah.
Okay, so we can see we've got, it's telling me I can reduce the level of the low end by 7.1 dB. With this track here, especially this beginning part I've got playing, there's no bass and the bass kicks in, so you can see that kind of fluctuating there. So it's initially because there's no bass there, and then the bass gets added, so that is affecting it. Mid-range is pretty solid the whole way through. What do we have on the high end here? Yeah, 0.3. I'm not worried about that. Let's play this again, and we'll do the mono check.
Couldn't find nobody else, but now I know where I belong. With you, I know where I belong. With you.
All right, so mono check looks good. We've got here we go. We got two green checks there, looking good on that. Let's go back to true level, and let's see. Peak level seems too high. So let's adjust that. So what we'll do is I'm going to go over here to smart limit. And you see here in smart limit, look at this bottom right, it's telling me that Apple Music will turn down the track by about 3 dB. So let's turn this down. Let's just turn it down 2 dB. I'm not going to do it the whole 3, because this track does have some dynamics in it. All right, and let's see if that makes it happy.
Couldn't find nobody else, but now I know where I belong. With you, I know where I belong. With you.
All right, so we see true level is happy now. We got 3 green check marks there for the loudness, the dynamics, as well as the peak level. And if you're using this, I'll say, don't obsess over trying to get this perfect. Still, you always want to trust your ears. Yes, Apple Music will turn it. I'm fine with it turning it down 1.3 dB. Like I said, don't obsess over getting everything to show green all the time. That's definitely will drive you crazy. But my final thoughts here on true level and true balance. I like this as a pair together for checking levels and everything with mixes. I do prefer this over what Isotope is offering, or does offer. I will say that I wish, or not, well, I say wish. I wish that Sonible would do now that we have true level and true balance, we have smart comp, smart EQ, smart limit. I'd like to see them do something similar to Ozone and like an all-in-one mastering plugin with a lot of these elements from these plugins all combined into one plugin. I think that'll be really cool. And I had another thought that has lost me. Oh yeah, I'd also like to see true level, true balance. I'd like to see them all work together. And what I mean by that is I'd like to see them be able to talk to each other to where, if I set R&B in true level, it'll set R&B in true balance. If I set Apple Music on true level, it'll set Apple Music on smart limit. So I think that's the next step I'd like to see these plugins go to where they're talking to each other, and you can change one setting and it affects multiple plugins, especially when you have a lot of plugins that have the potential to work together like we have here with these Sonible plugins. But certainly a fan of this. We'll start using this on my mixes, and hopefully it won't drive me too crazy trying to get everything staying in the green here. Definitely comment. Let me know what you think of these plugins. The intro price for the bundle right now is $69. And of course, I'll have a link to it in the description if you want to check it out, learn more about it, or pick it up. I'll also have links to the other Sonible plugins shown here: Smart Limit, Smart Reverb, Smart EQ, Smart Compressor. I've reviewed all of them, so you can go through my channel if you want to see me review those as well. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to see content from me, then you know what to do. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time.